junction. Live Road.
Holy cow.
The construction of the piers began from 1890 of the piers in the Seattle, and at that point, at the equivalent cost.
Job applications to sign up to. You've got to have so many skills in engineering. You've got to have worked either from military.
俾唔夠壓晒。哎呀，俾隻壓住咗嚿沙塊。
People outside that can't get in right now, so you gotta get louder for it. Hey, we gonna have a good time over here in London. Make some noise, man.
It's only right that we start this thing the right way. Yeah. All right. Okay, you guys ready?
Yeah!
We're gonna put the show. Now, I got all of you in the frame. All of you.
This is incredible. Never believe it. We've been 6 years in the planning of this. It's been an absolute joy. 2 things. We're going to win on Sunday. And remember, Wembley has never seen anything like this in 22 years. And just one more thing for the UK Seahawkers. This is for Ian Robert Smith.
On what it's been like to get ready for this trip. And so, Chuck, let's start with you. Last year, you've been talking about this and planning for this for such a long time. I don't know, is there a sense of relief now that happens, now that everybody is here?
We travel so well. We can't hear you.
You got some fans over there. I was crying tears of joy there for a second. Well, you've been in London a couple more days than I have. What is it?
Actually, it's Elise's chair.
There's no more chairs up here, right?
Elise has a seat.
Yeah, you can. That's.
So, who's your team? Raise the roof of London Town and let everybody know who you are, because who are you? You're the Seahawks!
Seahawks! Seahawks! Seahawks! Seahawks! Seahawks! Seahawks!
This is not a normal day for me, ladies and gentlemen.
Any day that's not normal is a good thing.
Exactly, sir, exactly. So, right, just to let you briefly tell you what we're going to do before we get back into the old Seahawks chant, because that is the most important for today. The Seahawks, they come here to London and they come here to win that game on Sunday.
Oh, yeah.
That's what it's all about. It's whipping the Raiders, ladies and gentlemen. That's all it is.
Yeah!
So anyway.
Seahawks! 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 Seahawks!
I bet you didn't know, ladies and gentlemen, that Queen Elizabeth II is a huge Seahawks fan.
All right, yeah. It's true. She can't spell football.
So, Buckingham Palace on your left, ladies and gentlemen. Just let the Queen know that you're here. This is for her So we do have Buckingham Palace on the left, but I'm going to save all the information for Buckingham Palace when we're off the bus, because I'm going to take you for a walk round here later. You're going to really love it. Beautiful building, this one. It was actually built back in 1785. Who cares about that? Because the Seahawks are here. Seahawks! Seahawks!
Raiders!
Forget about the Raiders down there. We didn't see them.
One!
This is the best tour I've ever done. I'm not joking. I've been in this business for 14 years, and this is the pinnacle of my career, ladies and gentlemen.
I just
What
love
about
the
this guy on the
reaction.
right? Seahawks! Were running around, not on these buses, they wouldn't dare get on these buses, they were on other buses. But we saw the Raiders driving around and they were shouting and cheering, so we've got a bit of a job to do today.
Okay.
We've got to be louder, we've got to be stronger, we've got to be faster. We are the Seahawks!
Seahawks! Seahawks! Seahawks! Seahawks! Seahawks! Seahawks! Seahawks! Seahawks! Seahawks! Seahawks! Probably.
Look at that building very, very shortly. And we've got another building coming up on the left. This is the Channel 4 television studios. Now, would you believe Channel 4 were the first TV channel in this country to ever broadcast American football? Yeah, we've been watching American football on TV since the 80s, ladies and gentlemen, courtesy of that building just there.
Thank you!
Channel 4 and the American football in chair.
Seahawks! They're from our area too.
That's pretty sweet.
Castle. Now that's Lambeth Palace. It's an incredibly old building. It dates back to 1485. It's actually one of the first brick buildings in London. And Lambeth Palace is the official London residence of the Archbishop of Canterbury, and the present Archbishop of Canterbury is a man called Justin Welby. But anyway, we're coming to Westminster Abbey. Seahawks! Do you know, I'm not going to get bored of this.
I know the stereotype of that, but yeah, no.
Get out of your way. We'd all hit the ground together.
Hawks! Hawks! See!
He's all just being cheeky.
Cromwell, and behind him is a building called Westminster Hall. Now this is incredibly old and it can trace its history back to the 1200s. As you can imagine, there's been quite a lot of historical events which have happened in there through the ages, and also some pretty famous trials. I'll give you an example. This is where the trial of William Wallace was held. William Wallace, the Scottish man which they made the film Braveheart about. His trial was held in there in the mid-1300s.
Hawks! Seahawks!
Ladies and gentlemen, let them know you're here. And I want you to pass to the left.
They're everywhere! Seahawks! Seahawks!
Right, we're going to cross over Westminster Bridge now. Ladies and gentlemen, there's a lot of people on this bridge, so let them know who you are.
Seahawks! 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 Seahawks!
Millennials are like, let's go down.
What's it
I'm just kidding. Who's you?
Seahawks!
Yeah. Now also, if you look over to your right, you're going to see the dome of St Paul's Cathedral. That's a very special building. We're going to be passing by there shortly. Also, you see the skyscrapers of the financial district of London, an area known as the Square Mile. We're going to be driving through there as well. A man called Alexander Marshall Mackenzie. He also designed the interior of the Titanic. Wow. As you can see, the hotels had a lot more up than what the Titanic did. It's still here.
Yeah, there you go.
About 6 balls.
Seahawks!
It's the most expensive building in the world.
Really?
When was it built?
Early 1900s.
Yeah.
Wonder how much the building's worth.
I told you, anybody back there?
This part of town, definitely.
Yeah.
Just up
Idea. This church is dedicated to the Royal Air Force. They would love it as well, don't they? Sue! Okay, we've got some interesting pubs coming up on the right. Got a little pub here called the Tipperary. Destroyed in the Great Fire of London of 1666. Well done, madam. 10 points for you.
I learned something once.
A very special cake, but he didn't quite know what to do. One day he walked along Fleet Street, looked up at that spire, and he thought, that's it, I'm going to bake a cake that looks exactly like that. He did, and this is how we have the tiered wedding cake. Now there is an expression which comes from William Rich's name. For example, if you are at a wedding and you're munching on a piece of wedding cake and it's very buttery and sugary, you might refer to it as being very rich, and this comes from his name, William Rich. It's amazing what you learn on these buses, isn't it?
Seahawks! Oh, boo!
Should we stop the bus? So let's give these bankers a little bit of a chance, eh?
There you go. Woo!
He's got the same season ticket holder flag.
That's cool.
Right, so we're in the heart of the financial district, and if you look over to your left, we've got the Bank of England. Now, the Bank of England is the second oldest bank in the country, first opened its doors back in 1694. Now, the oldest bank in the country is a bank called Coutts Bank. This is where the Queen has her bank account. That opened 2 years earlier in 1692. Now, if you were thinking about 1666, Thomas Fariner didn't put the fires out properly in his ovens. The fire started, the fire spread and it grew. It burned for 4 days and 5 nights, and it destroyed 80% of the city of London. But what is absolutely incredible is only 9 people died, or that's the official line anyway. Now, there were some positive things to come out of the Great Fire of London. The first is the year before, in 1665, London was gripped by an outbreak of the bubonic plague. This was a disease which was carried by fleas which lived on the backs of rats. Now, the plague had spread through the city, killed 30% of the population. Now, when the fire spread through the city, not only did it destroy all the buildings, but it destroyed many of the rats as well, so the outbreak of the plague was stopped. Another positive thing to come out of the Great Fire of London is it gave Sir Christopher Wren the blank canvas which he needed to build his 51 churches and various other buildings and monuments on. Now, the 51 churches that Sir Christopher Wren built, 20... Actually in the East End of London. Now, the East End of London, well, this is kind of where the real Londoners live. This is a place where you actually can afford to buy a house and things like that, whereas obviously over in West London, near Buckingham Palace and Kensington and places like that, that's a kind of another world. Now, there's a lot of history around here, and there's some pretty dark history as well. You ever heard of Jack the Ripper? Okay, well, this is the very streets where that terrible, terrible man used to lurk. This is the area where the Ripper was. So we're going to move away. It was a long time ago anyway, ladies and gentlemen, so he's long gone. Now we're under the bridge, so You guys are really making an impression on this town, you know that?
Yeah.
How the Romans came here to Britain 2,000 years ago.
Yeah.
Look back over your right-hand shoulders, you see that big lump of wall there? That was actually built by the Romans all those years ago. That's part of the wall that surrounded Londinium. That wall is 2,000 years old. How about that? They certainly built things to last.
Is this where I lost again?
So do they keep on preserving it and stuff? Because it's like, you know, it would have crumbled by now, right? So it's all,
Now, if you look directly ahead of us, we've got an interesting church here. See this building with a green spire on top of it? That's called All Hallows Church. This is the oldest church in the city of London. And this is where William Penn was baptised. William Penn was the founder of Pennsylvania. Now, it's a very ancient site, and there's been a church on this spot since the year 675 AD. Can you believe that? The oldest church in the city of London.
Is it still functional? I mean,
Yeah,
use it as a church?
So they built it after the fire.
Yeah, it's been rebuilt many times.
Now, see this building over on your left here, this sandy cut building, this is the customs house. This is where you used to have to come to pay your taxes on any produce you might be bringing to the city. Still to this day, this is the head offices of the customs and excise, all those lovely people that met you at the airport. This is where we'd go to get our cheap booze and cigarettes. They got a little kiosk around the corner. They confiscate it off you at the airport, sell it to us half price round here. There you go,
I'm not gonna have a voice like you.
3 bollards in front of it, that's Pudding Lane. That's where the Great Fire of London started in 1666. Also, got another church on our left. This is the Church of St Magnus the Martyr. Now, back in the 1500s, the rector of this church was a man called Miles Coverdale. Miles Coverdale was the first man to officially translate the Bible from Latin into English. How do you know?
I don't know if they're right.
I know.
The Tate Art Gallery. Also to the left of the Tate Modern, you might have noticed this white building with the thatched roof and the red flag outside it. That's Shakespeare's Globe Theatre, or the remake of it. It opened back in 1996. Also, we've got the Millennium Bridge over on our right-hand side. That was built to commemorate the turning of the millennium. It's actually got a nickname. We call it the Wobbly Bridge because when it first opened, of course, people were pretty excited about walking across this bridge, but the engineers made a bit of a mistake. The engineers made a mistake and it's been wobbling, and so they had to shut it, but that's why we call it the Wobbly Bridge. Used to stand. Now, the original Shakespeare's Globe Theatre was built back in 1599, but it didn't have a very long life because in 1613 there was a performance inside there of Henry VIII, and Shakespeare decided to try his hands at special effects. Now, these special effects included a cannon, and a cannon was wheeled onto the stage at the appropriate time and was fired. Now, they made a bit of a mistake because they put too much gunpowder inside the cannon, so when it was fired there was an almighty explosion, and a huge spark shot out the top of the cannon and went up into the roof. It was a thatched roof. It caught fire and the Globe Theatre burned to the ground, and that was in 1613. Now, they had some very dangerous special effects back in Shakespeare's times, and one of my personal favourites was when they used to try and recreate the noise of thunder. Now, the way they used to do this was they used to invite the Seahawks to come down and chant. Unfortunately, that's a little white lie. The way they used to do this is they used to have lots of tracks which used to run along the roof of the theatre, and they would roll cannonballs down them to make a and all sort of noise. Now, it's quite common for these tracks to either break or the cannonballs literally to run as a real person. But that's Secret Service offices over there, MI6. We've got some more as well. This building, this very intimidating stone building that's coming up on our left, that's the offices of MI5. That's the internal Secret Service. That's where they work. That's where they listen to all our telephone calls and things like that.
Hawks! 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 Woo! Every one of them says Hawks. Hawks! Hawks! Hawks!
We're going to put it up to a stop now, and Sam, this is going to be the end of our thing. I hope you enjoyed it, and one more time, Seahawks! 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 You were absolutely brilliant, ladies and gentlemen. You have made our year. Thank you very much. I hope you enjoyed the trip. It was wonderful having you on board. Have a great time.
Who has done, and his friends and colleagues who have done so much. I met him in Seattle, and it's like we're all family now, and quite frankly we are. We're all members of the Seahawks family, so I would ask you to just go out and have great fun tomorrow.
I got him. Yeah.
Some fans, the Raider fans and the Seahawks fans is going to get back to the end.
Well, let's talk about the game. The Seahawks are 2-3.
they might well come out on top today.
Well, one player we'll be looking out for is Marshall Lynch, that you talked about. What are your thoughts on him?
Marshall Lynch can't wait to run against this Seahawks defense. Bobby Mack was with us in the Seahawks hotel. Can't wait to tackle Marshall Lynch. It's going to be explosive. This mode of Wembley, I can't wait.
I think it's like going to a family reunion and being like, you have to hug your cousins.
Oakland won the toss. They elected the first choice in the second half. Seattle will receive.
Come on, Russ. Come on, Russ.
There you go.
7 of the 10.
Touchdown. Touchdown.
Could this be the longest wave ever?
Here we go, here we go, here we go.
Russell Wilson to